instructor for the UI and UX tutorial. The course will expand over a period of 2 weeks. I'll be dropping videos every day. Hope you guys have downloaded the software that I dropped in the link. Okay, yeah, so this is Figma. I dropped a link for Figma for Windows and Figma for Mac OS. Then I also dropped a link for Picon. Picon is an icon store. They have over 88,000 icons, so you don't have to necessarily start designing every icon you need. If you need WhatsApp icon, you can be drawing a WhatsApp icon every time you need it. If you need YouTube icon, whatever icon you need, I think it's in Picon. The ones you don't find there, you can decide to design yourself. Okay, so what is UI UX? UI is the user interface. It's I usually call them interior designers. This is the UI of Figma. This is the recent UI, user interface. Once I click on here, this is the draft UI. This is the plugin UI, profile UI, back to recent. So the recent UI basically shows all my recent documents I've opened and I've worked on over the last 30 days. The drafts shows all documents I've saved. Plugins are, well, there are plugins that help make your work easier. Then deleted files shows deleted files over the last 30 days. Let's come back to recent. If you want to start creating your own design, you click on this plus icon here. It opens a new file for you. If you want to import an already made design, you click on import file. Okay, so what is UX? UX is user experience. How do all these many interfaces, how are they linked together? I call you UX architects because after drawing all the rooms in your house, they have to link everywhere together and they determine the customer's journey throughout your app. So that's basically UX for you. Okay, I don't like saying too much theory, so we'll go straight to designing. So to create a new file, we're going to click on the plus icon here. Okay, now this is the design interface. This is where all the magic happens, all the sexiness. Before you begin any design whatsoever, if you're an artist, you're an illustrator, you design with Photoshop, you design with After Effects, you need to have a board where you are drawing. To start designing in Figma, you need to create a frame. A frame is basically the resolution of a device you are designing for. So if you are designing for, let's say, an iPhone X, we are going to come here. This is where you create a frame. Once you click on this, by default it's set to frame, but you can switch to slice. So we're going to click on frame. Watch what happens. Let me come back here. Notice what happens on this side. This is your layers. The left hand side is your layers panel. The right hand side is your design properties panel. Then we have the prototype panel. This one you prototype your design. Then we have the coding panel. Every design you create in Figma automatically generates a CSS code, an Android code, and an iOS code. iOS for iPhones, Android for Android phones, CSS cascading styling sheet. So this is where developers take the code from. So let's say I want to start designing for an iPhone X. So I'm going to come here and click on this. When I click on this, notice what happens here. So I'm going to come here, click on frame, F, shortcut F. Right now I'm on that code, so you're not going to need any different. I click back on design. You're going to need all the devices you can design for. You can design for a phone, a tablet, a desktop, a watch, a paper, a social media. If I want to design for a phone, when you click on phone, I want to design for an iPhone X. So I'm going to click on iPhone X. Okay, now this is an iPhone X frame. So every design you make in here is for an iPhone X frame. If you are designing for a desktop, you're going to click on frame again. Click on frame, come to desktop and select desktop resolution you are working with. If you are working with a desktop with 1440 by 1024 pixels, you choose this. If you are working with a MacBook Pro with 1440 by 900, you choose this. Okay, I'm going to delete this frame. Select this in layers panel and press delete on my keyboard. I want to design for a desktop 1440 by 1024, so I'm going to click on this. Okay, so we've covered frame. I've introduced the guy to the general UI. I think that was very brief. Let's start designing components inside. I'm going to show you guys how to design several shapes in Figma. Why do we even bother designing shape? You can do a lot of in Figma. I think I'm only saying it in class. The limit to what you can design, it's in your mind. Because Figma is a very versatile tool, but people think you can use it for just UI and UX. I use Figma for a lot. You want to even know it's Figma I'm using if I don't tell you it's Figma I'm using. Okay, now let me show you guys how to design shapes.